Rebecca Kiziri Mayengo, breast cancer survivor, and now chairperson of Uganda Women Cancer Support Organization, UCASO. It is an organization of breast cancer survivors initially, but now it includes other than, just breast cancer survivors. It was started in 2004. I was diagnosed with the cancer again in 2004 in the US. I was visiting from Sierra Leone, where I had been working as a psychologist for a cancer torture organization, Center for Victims of Torture, who are based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I had gone for a holiday from Sierra Leone. And before returning, they had recommended that I get a physical checkup. So on a checkup, when I was on the table, the doctor asked me, how long has this lump been here? Of course, I was startled because I wasn't feeling any pain. I was okay. But he said, yes, there's a lump here in your left breast. So I said I didn't know about it. And he told me that he needed to check it out again. So he sent me to the next room where there was a mammogram. Mammogram is an X-ray that tests, lumps in breasts. So I went to this mammogram, and the results, when he looked at them, he said, they look suspicious. We have to examine you further. So you can imagine things were going around, in my head, because he told me there is a possibility I had breast cancer. So for that day, he sent me to another check. This was a biopsy. This is when they put a small needle in your breast and they take out some cells and they examine them. So next day I went to another doctor who did the biopsy, and sure enough the biopsy showed that I had breast cancer. So it was really a roller coaster at that time. I couldn't believe that I had it, but when I came back to this doctor, he told me I had options of having the surgery, breast, a mastectomy where they take off the breast, or a lumpectomy where they only take where the cancer is. Yeah. So I decided on a lumpectomy, and that's what was done. I think the following week. And then after that, arrangements were made for chemotherapy and the radiotherapy. How did I go through this? Fortunately, the organization that hired me to work in Sierra Leone I had an insurance for me. It was just by luck that I had taken up that insurance. And so through that insurance, I got all the treatment almost free. My co-pay was only $10 each visit I made to the doctor or to the clinic. So they paid for everything, for the surgery, for chemotherapy, and for radiotherapy. I had to cancel my going back to Sierra Leone, and I stayed in the US for that treatment. And another fortunate thing, my employers paid 3/4 of my salary while I was on treatment. So that, because I had signed another contract. So that is also something good that came out, that employers really can be with you and help you go through that treatment. Otherwise, there was no way I could live in the US without them paying me 3/4 of my salary. So that was also a blessing in disguise. I was sick, but God's blessings came through, all the time.
Is there a family history of breast cancer?
Now when I think about it, not breast cancer, but on my father's side, my aunt and my 2 aunts died of breast cancer. On my father's side, my father's sisters, they died of breast cancer. So when I got it, that's how I went back and started making those recollections. And they say that, we can get, so we have a family history from that. And I have a niece also who was a member of Wokaso, and she too, she just died of breast cancer. So there is a family history. Yeah.
Did you face any obstacles during the chemotherapy process?
Not really. The obstacles would have been paying for it because I was in the US, but the insurance helped pay. I had family support when I was there. My sister lives there. So, they supported me, although the rest of the family was in Uganda. My husband was in Uganda. But my nieces in the US, and I had daughter and son, they so I had good support while I was undergoing treatment, and the doctors were fantastic. They made you feel very comfortable. Yes.
So what message would you like to provide women in the community?
Women in the community is to self breast exam, to check your breast at least once a month by checking with the 3 fingers. You choose one day a month, especially for those who are having periods. For those who are having periods after your period, because the breasts are not as full. But for those who are in menopause, you choose one day a month and you examine your breasts. Because at the beginning, cancer is not painful. Like for me, when it was discovered, I was feeling in the best of my health. I wasn't sick or anything. I was ready to go back to my work in Sierra Leone. So I encourage fellow women to please check your breast, even under the arm, or to just go for general checkup at least once a year, because I feel my cancer was discovered, by the way, at stage 2, thank God. And the earlier it is discovered, the better for treatment, because it was contained in the breast and 2 lymph nodes. But otherwise, if it goes to stage 3 and 4, it goes to other areas, like your lungs, like your bones, like your kidney. It can go anywhere, once it goes beyond the breast. So I was able to get treatment because it was found at that stage 2. So fear, many women fear. I don't want to go there so they don't discover, but it's better to go and they discover it at an early stage.